Okay, today we're going to be covering the Arena Part 7 of Chapter 2 in Hammerfight. And there's several missions, or many missions to this part, but we're all going to cover them in the same video. And I'll put timestamps in the description so you guys can skip to whatever part you want. And this is Mission 1. And it's basically a series of tournaments. You're fighting various enemies. And each one's kind of random, so don't expect yours to be exactly the same. Although they do share certain attributes, like for example, like this one usually has a mace and wooden shields. But, or not a mace, sorry, a hammer type weapon. So things like that typically seem to stay the same. But other than that, there's not a whole lot. That and the number of enemies you face also. That does stay the same. Anyways, as you see, what I've gone with here, I'm saving my gem for the moment. I haven't used it yet, but I've got this dual sword setup, and I've got I can't remember their names at the moment, but they're pretty distinguishable by how they look, so you can really see what I'm going with. And that was the end of it right there. But yeah, I use this dual sword setup, and there's two benefits to that combination of weapons. As you can see, their range sort of overlaps a little bit, to the point where one's longer than the other, and the longer one has a gap, but the shorter sword covers that gap, so it's kind of like having one really, really long sword. Not to mention, you can even catch enemies between the two swords, and that's just incredibly deadly, and you'll probably see me do that at least once or twice throughout this playthrough. But it's insane, and it works really well for the arena. In this one, you can see I kind of switched the inner sword for this double-sided heavier one. I forget the name of it again, because I don't really remember the weapon names that well in this game, but poses the same benefit, except this one's going to hit harder and works in either direction, or the small one does at least. And it's much better at crushing their armor. As you saw, that didn't even take more than a few seconds, really. And so the second level, you're going to be fighting 2 additional enemies after that first one. And your health stays the same, so make sure you don't lose too much health in that first fight. Almost caught him between the 2 swords there. He took one guy out. Another one's surrendering, basically. He knocked his weapon off. I almost killed myself there trying to kill him. Oh, and I finished him. Yeah. I've been dragging the sword across him. So I got the coins I wanted. And with that after level finish, I actually didn't even lose any glory for having technically gotten a dishonorable kill. So that was kind of cool. Then again, I don't get the kill mark, but that's not a big deal. I don't care about that. I was after their coins. I'm building up our glory here. I'm try to cut down on this score screen in my next videos. So I had to put this together before I did the voiceover this time. Alright, now we're gonna challenge dude with a gun. And This dude always seems to have a gun, so that you can kind of count on. But we have a gun too, because you got the Arquebus during the training hall of the last mission. Oh, and I forgot to mention also, in the arena is when you first get the access to the training hall, where you can swap out your weapons and stuff, technically before the first mission, I believe, after completing the slave pits. But I've gone with the double-sided heavy sword and the Arquebus gun. I haven't really gotten a good shot on him, but managed to do some pretty bad damage to him with that sword. Now you gotta fight a trio of enemies armed with close combat weapons. Now I'm starting to get some good shots on them too. I actually hit 2 guys with 1 shot, which is pretty nice. Looks like my gun was out of ammo there. I gave him a nice shot and killed him. With a nice smash with a sword. Looks like he hit me pretty good there. And that other guy somehow killed himself and took out the other dude at the same time. Unfortunately, I didn't get any coins from any of that, but... And this guy's down for the count. And we killed him after the bell here. Alright, now we get to fight, I don't know. I guess this big dude seems to be the dude who's responsible for the destruction of Gyre. Because he looks like the same guy from before. And make sure that you take the Arquebus from the training hall. You didn't really see that part because I cut that out, but if you take the Arquebus into this mission, then you'll be able to keep it. If you leave it in the training hall, however, it will disappear. So it's kind of necessary that you bring it into this level. Well, if you want to keep it, that is, or ever use it again. Alright, now we've got the Arquebus, and I can't remember what the name of this blade is, but, you know, like I said, the weapons are distinguishable, but I like this one a lot. It's really heavy, smashes through armor, and it's just a beast. And this guy, as you can see, he has a gem in his weapon. Capture it. You want that weapon. I don't think I end up doing it in this one, or in this particular playthrough, partly because I didn't feel like dropping any of my weapons. If you want to capture this one without losing anything, I suggest you only come into this level with 1 weapon yourself. Looks like you got a crushing blow on me there. You definitely want to avoid being hit, because that guy can light stuff on fire with that hammer or mace. And we just smashed him apart. Yeah, I don't end up capturing it myself. But, I would highly suggest that you do so. I think in my arena walkthroughs I use another character I made where I had captured that hammer. And after you beat him, that's the end of the Part 7 arena levels in Hammerfight.